Owen Mitchell was really good at being invisible. He worked at Data Sync Solutions in an office with a lot of glass. Owen Mitchell did his job every day without anyone noticing him. He was good at what he did. Nobody really remembered him. That was okay with Owen Mitchell. He wanted it that way. Being invisible meant that things stayed the same, and that was good. It meant his daughter Lily did not have to worry about food or if they could pay the bills. Owen Mitchell liked that his daughter Lily was safe. Data Sync Solutions was a place for Owen Mitchell to work and take care of his daughter. Lily, the morning started like any other Thursday. Owen woke up at 6:15 without an alarm. This was because his body got used to waking up after being a single parent for so many years. He walked down the hallway of their apartment. The hallway was not very wide. There were pictures on the walls. These were pictures that Lily had made. Owen had put these pictures in frames. He bought the frames from a store that sold things cheaply. One picture was a rainbow that Lily made with crayons. Another picture was a painting of the building where they lived. It was made with watercolors. There was also a picture of a bird. Lily said it was a phoenix. It looked like a chicken to Owen. The chicken looked confused. Owen was in the kitchen. He was making breakfast. Today was Thursday. On Thursdays, Owen made pancakes for his family. His daughter Lily liked pancakes on Thursdays. She had said so months ago. When Lily said something, she really meant it. Owen mixed the pancake batter in a bowl. Then he heated up the griddle. He put some batter on the griddle, cooked the pancakes. Owen was very good at making pancakes. He had made them times before. He could flip the pancakes right so they were not too burnt or too raw. Owen had made pancakes many times. It was like he was doing something he did every day. Pancakes were easy for Owen to make. He liked making pancakes for Lily on Thursdays. Lily came out of her bedroom at 6:45 just like she was supposed to. Her hair was all messy, sticking up everywhere. She had on pajamas and socks that did not match. Lily got up onto her chair at the kitchen table and looked at him while he cooked. She used those eyes of hers to watch everything he did, taking it all in. She really seemed to notice everything like she was trying to remember it all. She wanted to know if she could have chocolate chips. In hers. The lady asked for chocolate chips to be included. Chocolate chips were what she was looking for in her treat. Owen reminded her gently that she had chocolate chips on Tuesday. He was talking about the chocolate chips that she had eaten on Tuesday. Owen wanted to make sure she remembered the chocolate chips from Tuesday. Today feels like a day that needs chocolate chips. The kind of day where you just want to eat something like chocolate chip cookies. Chocolate chip cookies always make everything better on a day like today. It is definitely a chocolate chip day. Owen smiled to himself. He got the bag of chocolate chips from the cupboard. Put a few into the next pancake. He said, I will just put a chocolate chips in. Owen did not want much sugar in the pancakes before school. Owen was making pancakes for school. He wanted to make sure the chocolate chips were just right. Lily grinned. She was really happy that she had one. She is very good at talking to people, getting what she wants even better than a lot of grown-ups that Owen knows. Owen thinks that when Lily grows up, she will probably be a lawyer or someone who tricks people into doing things. Or maybe she will even be both a lawyer and a trickster, which is pretty funny to think about. Owen and Lily ate together in a silence. Owen had learned that he did not have to talk all the time. Lily liked mornings. She liked to think before school started and things got crazy. Owen watched Lily eat her pancakes. He saw how she cut them into squares before eating each one. Lily had rules about food, about how things should be done. She liked things to be in order. Owen never asked her why she did things this way. The school day was going to be chaotic. Everyone needs some things to be the way they want them to be. Owen thought that Lily needed these rules to feel okay. Owen and Lily just sat there, enjoyed their breakfast together. Lily asked if today is her day, and she said this while eating, taking bites of her food. Today is the day she is talking about, and she wants to know if it is her day, the day when she gets to go home late. Lily is asking this question. Nope. Home by 6. Just like always. Promise. The question really meant something. 3 months ago, Owen was stuck in a meeting with a client that went on for 2 hours longer than it should have. He called Mrs. Rodriguez. the lady who lives door and sometimes takes care of Lily, but she was not home because she was at her daughter's house. So Lily had to wait on the steps of their building by herself until Owen got home, and he was really worried. She said she was okay. Owen saw the scared look in Lily's eyes, and that really bothered Owen about Lily. He told me that he promises he will be there when the bus drops me off. The bus is what I will be on. He will be waiting for me when it drops me off. Lily, she felt happy with that. Then she went back to eating her pancakes that were cut into shapes like triangles and squares. She really liked eating these pancakes. At 7:30, Owen and Lily walked to the bus stop together. The month of October it was really cold in the mornings. The air was filled with the smell of leaves that were dying. Owen was carrying Lily's backpack. She did not want him to carry it because she thought she was big enough to do it herself. Owen carried the backpack anyway. When they got to the corner, Owen gave the backpack to Lily. She carried it the rest of the way. It's the bus stop, which was 20 feet away. Owen and Lily were walking to the bus stop to catch the bus. There were 4 kids waiting around, and their parents were with them. Owen knew what most of these people looked like. There was the lady with the 2 kids. She always looked really tired. Then there was the grandfather. He brought his grandson to this place every morning, and he would tell the same jokes about the weather every time. The young mother was also there. She was usually busy on her phone trying to deal with some problem that Owen could not even think about. The big yellow bus turned the corner. It made that loud, squeaky noise with the brakes. Lily grabbed her backpack, got in line with the other kids who were getting on the bus. She went up the steps. Then she turned around to wave at someone. Then Lily went into the bus, and it was really loud and crazy. With all the kids going to elementary school, Owen looked at his watch. He thought that if he walked fast, he would catch the 8:10 train that goes into the city. The 8:10 train was his goal. If he started to jog, Owen might have a minute to grab a cup of coffee at the train station. The coffee at the train station is not very good. It tastes like it has been sitting there for a long time, like from a long time ago. Data Sync Solutions took up the 5 floors of the Meridian Tower downtown. This building was made of a lot of glass, had sharp corners. It looked really good in pictures. It made the people who worked there feel like they were in a big fishbowl. Owen had been working at Data Sync Solutions for 5 years. He was a financial analyst, and he worked in the corporate development division of Data Sync Solutions. Data Sync Solutions was a company, and Owen knew it very well. His job was about looking at companies to see if they were good too by making plans and putting together presentations that important people would look at for a very short time before making decisions based on how they felt. This was not work. It did not make him feel enthusiastic or want to think of ideas. The job paid $68,000 every year and included benefits, and that was enough money to send Lily to a good school and buy food for the family. Owen's desk was in a room with 23 other analysts. This room was set up by someone who thought it was an idea to have everyone work together all the time. The problem is that people need some space to themselves. In this room, you could hear everything that was going on around you. You could hear people talking on the phone, typing on their computers, and even their stomachs making noises when they were hungry. The idea of having any privacy was long gone. Owen's desk was in this room with 23 analysts, and it was really distracting. He sat down in his chair, turned on his computer, then he opened the spreadsheet he was working on for DataSync. This was about the revenue for a software company in Austin that DataSync was thinking about buying. He had to look at these numbers and put them into slides for a meeting. After the meeting, the slides would probably get saved on the computer, never looked at again. The revenue projections for the software company in Austin were very important. For DataSync, good morning, Owen. He looked up. Jennifer Kim, the analyst who sat 3 desks away, was smiling at him over her coffee mug. She had a nice smile. Jennifer Kim was a person, and he liked talking to Jennifer Kim. Jennifer Kim always seemed happy when she was drinking her coffee. The man said it was morning. There is a celebration tonight. Are you going to the celebration tonight? Owen saw the email the day before. The subject line said, Victory Party. This was because the Hartwell acquisition was finally done after 9 Months of talking back and forth. The people who worked on the deal were supposed to go to the glass room for drinks. The glass room is a bar in the financial district. The drinks there are really expensive. They cost more than what Owen spends on groceries every month. The man said that he has to go pick up his daughter. He needs to get his daughter from somewhere. The man is going to pick up his daughter. Jennifer made a face that said she felt bad for me. Can you find someone to watch the kids? I think it is really necessary. You know how Emma feels about everyone being part of the team. Emma Sullivan was the boss of Data Sync Solutions. She was 29 years old, which made her one of the youngest bosses of a tech company in the city. People wrote about her in magazines. She was also on business podcasts. Everyone thought she was really smart and good at making decisions to help her company. Emma Sullivan had started with a company that just gave advice. Now, Data Sync Solutions was a deal in the world of data analytics. It was worth a lot of money, $300 million. Emma Sullivan had made Data Sync Solutions into this company. Owen had met her 4 times in 5 years. He met her once when he had his interview, but she was on her phone the whole time. He saw her again in an elevator. She did not even say hello to him. Owen saw her 2 times at big meetings for the whole company, and she gave speeches that were really good. The company meetings were where she really showed what she could do. She had a way of talking that made people think that everything was going to be okay, that anything was possible with her. Owen's company meetings with her were like that. Owen said to Jennifer that he will figure something out. Owen was talking to Jennifer. He told her that he will find a way to deal with the problem. Jennifer was listening to Owen. He said that he will figure something out. He sent a message to Mrs. Rodriguez during his lunch break. Is there any chance you can take care of Lily tonight? I have a company event to go to. I will pay you double what I normally pay you to watch Lily. She got back to me 20 minutes later. Course, sweetheart. What time did you have in mind for the thing we were talking about? What time were you thinking of for that? I should be home by 9. That is fine. If they have appetizers, I would like you to bring some of those fancy appetizers back. For me, Owen smiled. Mrs. Rodriguez was 72 years old. She had been living in the building for 40 years. She was really nice to Lily, always treated her like a granddaughter. Sometimes she would not take money from Owen for the things he did for her. Owen always made sure to leave some money on her kitchen counter. He did this because he wanted to make sure Mrs. Rodriguez was taken care of. Mrs. Rodriguez was a person, and Owen liked her a lot. He thought of her as a friend. He wanted to help her out. The glass room was what Owen thought it would be. It had brick walls that were probably put in recently to make the place look old. The leather booths were worn in a way that made them look cool. Not really old. They had a list of drinks that was hard to figure out. It seemed like you needed to know a lot about mixing drinks to understand it. The glass room had all these things that Owen had pictured in his mind. Owen got to the place at 7. He was wearing his suit. It was a gray suit that he had bought a while back when it was on sale. The room in the back was really crowded and noisy. There were a lot of people, and maybe 40 or 50. The people were all standing around the tables with their drinks and talking really loud over the music. Owen saw that the private room was already full of people, and it was pretty loud. In there, Emma Sullivan was standing near the windows. She was with a bunch of executives. Emma Sullivan had on a dress. It was probably really expensive. The dress likely cost more than what Owen pays for rent each month. She also had on heels. These heels made Emma Sullivan even taller. She already was a woman. Her blonde hair was tied back in a ponytail. It looked nice and neat. Emma Sullivan was laughing at something one of the executives said. She seemed charming. This was not her time talking to important people like this. Emma Sullivan had been to a lot of events where she had to meet people and be friendly. Owen got a soda from the bar. Then he found a corner where he could just sit and not be bothered. He was really good at doing that. Owen could be in a room without people noticing him. He was good at taking up little space when he was around other people. Owen just liked to be able to exist in a place without being a deal. By 8:30, the crowd had gotten really small. The executives were all gone. The analysts were now getting drunk and acting silly. Owen looked at his watch to see how more time. He had to stay before he could leave without being rude. That was when he saw Emma standing at the bar. She was swaying a little as she tried to order another drink from the bartender. Emma was really having a time standing up straight. The man could not. Notice Emma at the bar? Her assistant, a woman named Claire who always looked really stressed out, was trying to get her to stop. "Miss Sullivan, maybe we should call a car for you." Emma said she is fine. Her words were a bit slurred. She said she is perfectly fine. She was really not fine. Owen could see that from all the way. Across the room, Claire looked around desperately, clearly hoping someone else would step in and do something. The other big executives had already left. The other people who worked with numbers were too drunk to care or too new to know what to do. Owen thought about the executives and the analysts, how they were all not helping Claire. Owen hesitated. This was not his problem. He did not know Emma Sullivan well. Then Emma Sullivan tried to stand up straight. She nearly fell. She caught herself on the bar with a stumble. The man walked across the room before the man could think of a reason not to do it. He really did not want to talk himself out of it, so the man just went ahead. The room was not that big. The man thought about it for a moment before he took a few more steps. The man was the one who crossed the room. "Miss Sullivan, I will arrange for a car to take you where you need to go." She turned around, tried to look at his face. Who is this man, she thought to herself. Who are you? Owen Mitchell. Financial analysis team. She said the word again, like it was something she did not really understand. It sounded like financial was a word from a country or something. Claire gave him a thankful look. Her apartment is not far. It is about 20 minutes away from here. Can you please make sure Claire gets home okay? I am really sorry, my sister is in the hospital. I really need to go see my sister right now. Owen wanted to say no. He really did. Owen wanted to tell them that he had to get to his daughter. This was not Owen's problem. Owen was just trying to do his job and then go home. Then Emma swayed again, and Owen found himself nodding. I will take care of the issue. The issue is something I will handle. I am going to make sure the issue is dealt with properly. I will take care of the issue myself. Emma's car was parked 3 blocks away. Emma leaned heavily against him as they walked, her expensive heels clicking unevenly on the sidewalk. Emma mumbled something about the reports and the market share, but it did not make sense to him. Owen's old Honda was 12 years old. It smelled like French fries. It also smelled like the strawberry air freshener that Lily had wanted to buy. The air freshener was still hanging from the rearview mirror. Emma fell into the passenger seat. She did not seem to notice the smell of fries in the strawberry air freshener. From the Honda belonged to Owen. The man wanted to know the address, so he asked what the address was. She said something quietly. He looked in her purse, found her wallet. Inside the wallet, he found her driver's license. The address on the license was Harborview Residences, Unit 2204. This is one of those apartment buildings that looks out over the water. Harborview Residences is a nice place to live. It is one of the luxury high-rises. The drive took 23 minutes. It was through late evening traffic. Emma did not say a word. Owen thought that Emma might be sick 2 times. Emma just breathed very heavily and stared out the window at the road. She was not looking at anything. In particular, the lobby of Harborview Residences had fancy marble floors and huge crystal chandeliers. A security guard was sitting at his desk. He looked up as Owen was helping Emma walk through the front door. Owen was basically carrying Emma because she could not walk by herself. The security guard saw Owen and Emma. He looked at them with a lot of concern. The lobby of Harborview Residences was a place, but Owen and Emma did not have time to look around because they were in a hurry. Owen was holding on to Emma. He was trying to get her to the elevator of Harborview Residences. The guard asked if Miss Sullivan was okay. The company party, Owen explained to me. I then asked him which floor is the company party on. 22nd. Need help? I have found the girl. The girl is with me now. I am talking about the girl I was looking for. The girl is safe. I have got her. The elevator ride felt like it was taking forever. Emma's weight was against him. Her really nice perfume was mixed with the smell of booze. When the doors finally opened, he took Emma to room 2204 down the hallway. Her keys were in her purse. It took him 4 tries to find the key. for the lock. When the door opened, the apartment looked really nice. There were windows that went from the floor to the ceiling. The furniture was simple and not cluttered. There were art pieces on the walls that probably cost a lot of money, more than Owen makes in a whole year. He helped Emma to the white leather couch, eased her down. Then Emma curled up onto her side on the white leather couch, and her eyes closed. She was lying on the white leather couch, now resting. The white leather couch was comfortable for Emma. Owen stood there. He felt really unsure about what to do. He thought to himself, should he wake her up? Or maybe go find a blanket for her? Perhaps it would be better if he just left a note for her. Owen thought about the girl, what she might want him to do. He looked at her, wondered if he should wake her up or find a blanket to keep her warm. Owen was still thinking about what to do. He also thought about leaving a note for the girl. He decided to give in. He took off her heels and put them next to the couch. Then he went to the kitchen, got a glass, filled it up with water, and put it on the coffee table so she could easily get to it. He picked up a blanket that was on a chair and gently put it over her. Then Owen Mitchell pulled out his phone, sent a text to the work number he had for her. He wanted to make sure she got home safe. He also let her know that the water is on the table. He locked the front door. Owen Mitchell said everything is okay. He went through the apartment again to make sure the apartment was okay. Everything was secure. Then he left the apartment, checked the door handle to see if the apartment door locked behind him. The security guard looked up as Owen crossed the lobby. Was Owen's friend settled in okay? Yeah, on the couch. Left her some water. You are a man. You did the thing for her. That was a kind thing to do for the woman. Owen drove home through the streets. The streets were really quiet now. He gave Mrs. Rodriguez $40. Then he went to check on Lily. She was asleep with her stuffed elephant in her arms. Owen was very tired. He went to bed at 11:30. He collapsed into bed because he was so tired after a day, with Owen needing to rest. Owen just wanted to sleep. He did what was right. He was sure about it. This is the kind of thing that any good person would do. The right thing is what he did. The man had no idea that by the time morning came, his whole life would be completely destroyed. His entire life would be in ruins by morning. Owen's phone buzzed at 8:53 in the morning. He was sitting at his desk working on his cup of really bad office coffee when a message came in. The coffee was so bad that Owen was starting to think it was not even worth drinking. He looked at his phone, saw that he had a message from someone. The message appeared on Owen's phone. He was about to read it. The name that appeared on the screen made his stomach feel like it was falling down. It said Emma Sullivan. He opened the message. His hands got really cold all of a sudden. The message was what he had been waiting for. Now his hands were cold. He was looking at the message. I want to know if you touched me, Knight. Did your hand touch my body when it was dark and we were sleeping? I am trying to remember what happened. I need to know if you touched me last night. Owen looked at the words. He read them again. The words made his heart beat fast, and it felt like it was pounding against his ribs. The person began to write something. Then they erased it. After that, they started to write. I drove you home from the glass room. You had a lot to drink. We're not feeling well. I wanted to make sure you got to your couch safely. I helped you get home. Made sure you were okay, but I did not touch you in a way that was not respectful. I just wanted to get you safe. I did not do anything to you that I should not have done. You were safe with me at your home, on your couch. That is all that happened. I saw these 3 dots. They just showed up. Then they were gone. The 3 dots came back again. We really need to talk. I want to see you in my office. We will meet at 10 o'clock. Owen looked at the clock. It was 1 hour and 7 minutes. The office was going about its business on this Friday morning. Jennifer was talking to someone on the phone. Tom was sitting at his desk eating a breakfast burrito. The heating and cooling system in the office was making its noise. The office was really quiet, except for the sound of the heating and cooling system and Jennifer talking on the phone and Tom eating his breakfast burrito. The office was just having a Friday morning with the office people doing what they usually do on a Friday morning. Owen looked at the clock again. It was still 1 hour and 7 minutes. The office was still going about its business. Owen felt really scared. Nobody noticed him. Nobody had any idea what was going on with him. But the thing is, Owen felt like every single person could see that he was getting more and more panicked. It was like they could see the panic building up inside his chest. At 9:40, his desk phone rang. It was a call from Human Resources. Owen Mitchell said this. His voice sounded really far away to him. "This is Grace Parker from the Human Resources Department. I really need you to get to conference room C now. I have a meeting with Miss Sullivan at 10. I am going to meet Miss Sullivan at 10. The meeting with Miss Sullivan is at 10. I really need you to come away. This is very important. It takes priority. Please come now." The line went dead. Owen stood on his legs. They felt really weird, like they were not even his. He walked by Jennifer's desk. Then he walked by Tom's desk. He also walked by the row of analysts. The analysts did not look up from their computer screens. They just kept on working on the analysts' computers. Owen saw the analysts. The analysts did not see Owen because they were busy working. The conference room C was located on the floor. It was really small. It did not have any windows. When Owen opened the door to conference room C, he found that there were 3 people waiting for him in conference room C. Grace Parker was the person in charge of the Human Resources Department for the company. There was a man wearing an expensive suit, but Owen had no idea who this man was. Then there was Emma Sullivan. She was just sitting there still, and her face did not show any feelings at all, which made it hard to figure out what she was thinking. About the Human Resources Department and the company, "Mr. Mitchell, please have a seat," Grace said to him. Mr. Mitchell was asked to sit down by Grace. The man in the suit spoke. He said, "I am Robert Hayes, the counsel for DataSync Solutions. We at DataSync Solutions got a complaint about what you did at the DataSync Solutions Company event night. Owen felt the room tilt slightly. What was the complaint that Owen was supposed to know about? Grace looked over at Emma, then looked back at him. "Miss Sullivan is worried about what happened after the party was over. She thinks something might have gone wrong after the party ended, so Miss Sullivan has some concerns." About that, Owen said that he drove her home. The woman was really drunk. Owen made sure the woman got inside her house safely. That is all Owen did. Robert asked if you went into her apartment. Yes. I needed to help her to the couch. The woman could not walk on her own to the couch. Did you touch the woman in question? I helped the woman walk. Then I took off her shoes so the woman would feel more comfortable. The woman needed to be comfortable, so I left the woman some water and a blanket. Did you touch the woman in a way that was not right? No, absolutely not. Never. The room was really quiet. Emma said something for the time her voice was soft and calm. I woke up this morning. I had no idea what happened last night. My shoes were not on my feet. I was all covered up with a blanket. I do not remember anything about night, not one thing. The whole night is a blank for me. I do not remember what I did or how. I got under the blanket or what happened to my shoes. Nothing, I just do not remember anything. About the night, the whole thing is just gone from my memory. I am completely blank. I do not know what to think or what to do. Owen said that I was drunk. He was trying to help me. Owen said this because I had much to drink. He wanted to assist the person who was intoxicated. That person was me. I was by myself with you in your apartment when you were not able to take care of yourself. You were in your apartment. I was the only other person there. With you when you were incapacitated. I wanted to make sure you were safe. Robert leaned forward. Mr. Mitchell, you need to know that this is a serious situation. We always take complaints like this seriously. We have to look into this, so until we finish, you will be on administrative leave, Mr. Mitchell. This means you will not be working until we figure out what happened, Mr. Mitchell. What is going on with this investigation? Owen felt panic rising in his throat. He did not do anything with the investigation. The investigation is really scary for Owen. The investigation will figure that out, Grace said. You have to give us your access badge and get out of here now. Owen looked at Emma. Emma had eyes that met his eyes for just a moment before. Emma looked away. The man said, "I did not do anything." He said this in a voice. "I really did not do anything," he said. "You know that I am telling the truth about this," the man said. The woman did not say anything back. She just stayed quiet. The woman did not respond. Miss Sullivan Grace said, "Emma said she knows what is going on. She also knows what the company rules say we have to do in a situation like this." Owen Mitchell found himself a stranger in his life in just a few hours. By noon, they had already deactivated his work email. Owen Mitchell tried to log in to check on a project deadline for Owen Mitchell. He got an error message. It said access denied and told him to contact the IT support for help with his work email. By 2 in the afternoon, someone from IT called to arrange pickup of Owen's laptop. The guy on the phone sounded really young, like he was 19 years old. He was awkward. Said sorry a lot. He told Owen that he would come by Owen's apartment the morning. The kid said he was just following the rules. Owen did not think that explained why someone was taking apart his life. He was taking Owen's laptop, which seemed like a deal to Owen. By 5 o'clock, I got my text message from a colleague. It was from Jennifer. She asked Owen, "What happened to you? Are you okay, Owen?" He looked at the message. The message was really confusing. What could he say in response to the message? He had helped someone in need. Now the police were looking into him for assault. It did not seem fair that he was in trouble for helping someone. He thought he had done the thing by helping someone, but now it seemed like it was all going to cause him a lot of problems. The message said he was being investigated for assault, which was a serious thing. He had only tried to help someone, and now the message said he was in trouble. The person did not say anything back. He just stayed quiet, did not respond. The morning Owen did not get dressed for work. He just sat at the kitchen table, watched Lily eat her cereal. Owen was trying to figure out what his life was like now. The apartment felt really different without the routine of work to give the day some structure. It felt exposed and empty. The apartment felt exposed and empty. Lily asked me something. She said, "I am not going to work." She had a spoon in her hand. It just stopped halfway to her mouth. "Not today, sweetheart. Are you sick?" "Just taking some time off." She looked at him with those eyes that notice everything. "Okay," she said after a while. He could tell she was not really sure about it. She had this way of saying things that made him feel like she was thinking something. The doubt was clear in her voice when she said, "Okay." The bus had taken Lily to school. Now Owen was sitting in the apartment. It was really quiet. Owen felt like something was weighing him down. He did not know what was going to happen. His phone kept buzzing. He got a lot of messages from phone numbers he did not know. Owen ignored all of the messages from these numbers. The messages on his phone just kept coming from these numbers. Owen felt really unsure about what to do. On Monday, Grace Parker called me. "Mr. Mitchell, we need to schedule a follow-up interview for the job. The interview with Mr. Mitchell should be tomorrow at 10. I think Mr. Mitchell will like that. Mr. Mitchell is very busy, so we have to make sure the interview with Mr. Mitchell is at a time. Tomorrow at 10 is good for Mr. Mitchell." The conference room looked the same. The 3 people sitting there were also the same. You could feel that something was different now. The conference room had this feeling in the air. The 3 people seemed to sense it. Something had changed in the conference room. Robert opened a folder on the table. We looked at the security footage from Harborview Residencies. Then we talked to the security guard who was working that night. We went over what happened that night at Harborview Residences, step by step, to see if we could figure out what was going on. We checked the timeline of events from that night at Harborview Residences. Owen. He was barely breathing. He just stood there waiting. He was holding his breath the whole time. Owen was waiting for something. He was not moving or making a sound because he was barely breathing. The video shows what you said is true. You went into the building with Miss Sullivan at 10:42. Then you came out by yourself at 10:56. That is 14 minutes later. The guard says you were helping Miss Sullivan and that you talked to him for a bit when you were leaving the building. The guard remembers that you and Miss Sullivan were together when you went in. He also remembers that you were alone when you came out. The footage of you and Miss Sullivan is very clear. Relief washed over Owen like a wave. "So are we really done now with everything?" Grace said that is not exactly what she meant. You are going to have to explain that. to me because I do not understand what you are talking about. What do you mean by that? Can you tell me more about what you're saying so I can understand what you mean? Robert folded his hands on the table. We did not find any proof that Robert did anything, but we have to think about how the situation with Robert affects everything else. What implications? I think what Mr. Mitchell is getting at is perception. You see, it is about the company culture. We need to think about the message we send to our employees. What are we telling them is okay? What is not okay? It is about setting boundaries that everyone understands. The message we send to our employees is really important because it tells them what we think is behavior at our company. Company culture is a deal, and it starts with the message we send to our employees. About what boundaries are acceptable. You told me that I did not do anything. Now I am really confused because it seems like you were saying something. I thought I was okay. You just said that I was fine. Now it seems like maybe I did something with the whole thing. You said I did nothing. Robert said you were by yourself, with a boss at her house. She was not able to take care of herself at the time. Even though it seems like you were trying to do the thing, the situation is a problem. The female boss and what happened with her is the issue. The fact that you were alone with the boss in her home is what creates complications. Owen said it again. His voice was really flat when he said, complications. Some employees are worried, Gray said. They want to know if the company really cares about these kinds of things. The employees are thinking about what happened, and if the company will get in trouble. What employees are we talking about? Who exactly expressed these concerns about the employees? I am not allowed to tell you that. We cannot give out that information. The thing is, we have to keep that information secret, so we cannot disclose that information. Owen felt anger rising through the relief. I did not do anything, and the investigation said so. It said I was clear. So why am I still being punished, Owen? Thought to himself, it just does not seem right that Owen is being punished when Owen did nothing. Robert said that they are not punishing me. He told me that they are giving me a choice. Robert explained that this is an option for me to consider. He pushed a paper across the table. It was a severance agreement for Owen. Owen would get 3 months of salary and a neutral reference. Owen had to resign from his job away, and then everyone could move on with their lives. The severance agreement was for Owen. It meant Owen could leave the company and Owen could start something new. What happens if I do not sign the thing? Will something bad happen to me if I do not sign it? The investigation is still going on. We need to look at it some more. This means you will not get paid while you are on leave. If we do not find anything in your favor, we may have to let you go from the company because you did not follow the company rules. Owen looked at the paper. It said he would get paid for 3 months. The problem was, he only had money in the bank just enough to last 2 weeks. Owen thought about Lily's school. How he had to pay for that soon in about 6 weeks. Then there was the rent, which Owen had to pay in 12 days. The paper with 3 months' salary was a deal because Owen really needed that money to pay for things. Like Lily's school and the rent, I need some time to really think about this and figure out what I want to do. Time is what I need now to think. Robert told us that we have to do this by Wednesday. Robert made it very clear that Wednesday is the day. That afternoon, Lily's teacher called. Mr. Mitchell, I wanted to give you a heads up. Some of the students have been asking Lily questions about Mr. Mitchell. They want to know why Mr. Mitchell is not working. Owen's hands got really tight on the phone. What kind of questions were they going to ask Owen? I want to talk to you about something. It does not matter what you did. If you are in trouble, I have already spoken to the children who were involved. I thought you should know what is going on with the children. The children are my concern here, and I want to make sure you are aware of the situation with the children. That evening, Lily was really quiet. She just moved her food around on her plate. She did not even ask to watch her show after dinner. Lily usually loves to watch that show. That evening, Lily just did not feel like it. What is wrong, sweetheart? Owen asked gently. Nothing, Lily. She looked up at him. He saw tears in her eyes. Caitlin said her mom said he got fired from his job. Caitlin said her mom told her that he did something bad. Caitlin said her mom is worried that he might have to go to jail because of what he did. Something broke inside Owen's chest. I am not going to jail because I know I did not do anything. Owen's situation is really getting to me, and I feel like I need to make it clear that I am innocent. I did not do anything, and that is the truth about what happened to Owen. Then why are not you at work? Grown-ups do not always agree with each other. Grown-ups have disagreements sometimes. The situation with ups can be very complicated when they have disagreements. Grown-ups and their disagreements are complicated. So did you hurt someone when that happened? I want to know if someone got hurt by what the person did. The question is, did you hurt someone? No, I am telling you never. I really promise you that. So why do people think that you are the one who did it? Owen did not know what to say to her. The thing is, doing what is right does not always look like it. Sometimes the right thing looks like the thing. What people think is more important than what's really true. The world is not always a place. It is not always just. It does not always make sense. Owen was thinking about all these things. Doing the thing is not always easy to understand. The world can be a confusing place. Owen did not know how to explain all of this to her. He gave her a hug, and she started crying on his shoulder. He was touching her hair. He felt tears coming down his face, too. The woman was crying hard against his shoulder, and he was crying silently at the same time. He was holding her, trying to make her feel better. He kept touching her hair. She kept crying against his shoulder. That night, after Lily finally fell asleep, Owen sat in his car in the building's parking lot. He let himself cry. He did not cry the tears that he had cried after his divorce from his wife. This time Owen cried hard with deep sobs that hurt his whole body. These were the kind of sobs that Owen had not allowed himself to have for a long time. The man had done the thing. The man was certain of it. He thought about the decision he made, and the man felt good about it. The right thing was what the man had done. So why did it feel like the worst mistake of his life? Owen Mitchell signed the severance agreement on Wednesday morning. Owen Mitchell was sitting in conference room C with a pen that felt really heavy. He wrote his name on the line. This line was the end of Owen Mitchell's career. Grace Parker was there to witness the signature. She looked like she felt bad for Owen Mitchell, but Owen Mitchell just wanted to scream because of the way. Grace Parker was looking at him with that professional sympathy. He had 3 months of salary saved up. It was $71,000 before they took out taxes. After that, he would probably have around $52,000. This amount of money would be enough for him to get by until February, long as he was careful with it. Nothing bad could happen. His daughter Lily could not get sick. The car could not break down. The universe just had to give him a break. He needed $71,000 to work out for him. $71,000 had to be enough. He walked out of the Meridian Tower at 9:47 in the morning. He was carrying a cardboard box. This box had all his things from his desk. There was a coffee mug in the box. Lily had painted this mug for Father's Day. The Meridian Tower was now behind him. He also had a photo in the box. This photo was of him and Lily at the beach summer. The beach was a place. He had a stress ball too. It was shaped like a brain. Jennifer had given him this stress ball as a joke. All the things he had collected over 5 years were now in this box. The box was small. He could carry it with one hand. Everything fit in this box. The Meridian Tower and his old life were behind him now. He was walking away with this box. The security guard at the desk nodded as Owen passed by. This was the security guard who had smiled at Owen every single morning for the past 5 years. Today, the security guard's smile was not the same. It looked like the security guard felt sorry for Owen. Maybe Owen just thought that. Maybe Owen was just being paranoid. The security guard and his smile were on Owen's mind. Owen thought about the security guard and his new kind of smile. Was the security guard really feeling sorry for Owen? Was Owen just imagining it? Owen did not know. All Owen knew was that the security guard's smile was different, and it made Owen feel weird. The security guard and Owen had seen each other every day for a time. Today, the security guard's smile made Owen feel like something was wrong. Outside, the air was really cold in October. Owen was standing on the sidewalk. He watched as people rushed past him to get to their jobs and their lives and their futures. The October air made Owen feel weird, like he was not connected to the ground anymore. He felt like he might just float away at any moment because it seemed like gravity was not working on him. Owen felt this way about his life and his own future. His phone started ringing. He got a message from Mrs. Rodriguez. She saw him coming home early. "Is everything okay with the phone call from Mrs. Rodriguez?" He typed back to me. He said he was just running some errands. He will see me later. The lie felt necessary. He was not ready to explain things. He was not ready to say those words loud. I lost my job because I helped someone in need. I am unemployed now because I did the thing and I helped someone. The lie about my job felt necessary at that moment. He did not want to hear that I lost my job because I helped someone and did the thing. Owen drove to the library and he sat in the parking lot. He did not want to go because the apartment felt too small and it was too quiet. The apartment was also too full of questions that Owen could not answer. So Owen sat in his car. He watched people carry books in and out of the public library. Owen tried to figure out what his life looked like now at the library. Owen was still trying to understand what was going on with Owen's life. By noon, his phone had a lot of missed calls. 17 to be exact. 8 of these calls were from numbers he did not know. Jennifer had called him 3 times. Tom had called him 2 times. His ex-wife had also called. He deleted the call without listening to what she had to say. Whatever his ex-wife, Vanessa, wanted, he just did not have the energy to deal with. Vanessa, today, he listened to Jennifer's voicemail. "Owen, I have no idea what is happening. People are talking about things that are really bad. They are saying some awful things. I need you to call me back. I am asking you, please call me back." Jennifer said this on her voicemail to Owen. The man did not call back. I was waiting for the man to call back. The man did not call back. Rumors spread fast through data sync solutions. It was like they were contagious or something. By Thursday, the whole company knew that Owen Mitchell was let go of his job. Then by Friday, everybody at Data Sync Solutions had their idea about what happened to Owen Mitchell. The man touched the woman in a way that was not okay. He did something bad to her, something that is called assault. The man tried to take advantage of the woman when she was drunk, could not defend herself. Jennifer heard the story in the break room. Tom heard it when they were all having drinks after work. The story changed every time someone told it, and it just got worse and worse. People said Owen Mitchell, the guy from Financial Analysis, had done something really bad to Emma Sullivan. The company looked into it. They found out some things. Owen Mitchell was really lucky he did not get in trouble with the police. None of this story was true. The truth did not matter as much as the story that people were telling. The story about this was already there, and people believed it. The narrative was what people cared about. That was already set in stone. On Saturday, Owen took Lily to the park. Lily wore her purple jacket. She also brought some bread to feed the ducks at the park. Owen and Lily sat on a bench by the pond at the park. They threw pieces of bread into the water. The ducks at the park fought over the bread scraps that Owen and Lily threw into the water. "Daddy, why are you not at work anymore?" Lily asked. She wanted to know what was going on with her daddy. The little girl was very curious about her daddy not being at work. Daddy was usually at work. Today he was at home with Lily. She looked up at her daddy. "Said it again, Daddy, why are you not at work anymore?" She was asking him the thing for the 4th time now. They had already talked about this 3 times before. She just would not stop asking. It was like she thought that if she asked the question, times the answer would be different this time. "I told you, sweetheart. Sometimes people have to leave their jobs. They go to new jobs. This is just what happens when jobs end and people move on to opportunities. You liked your job, that is what you said. Your job was something you enjoyed doing." No, not really. He was not telling the truth. The thing is, the experience was boring. The whole thing was just so boring. I am really worried. I do not know what is going to happen. Are we going to be okay? I just want everything to be all right. We will get through the situation with us. I hope that we are going to be okay. Of course we are. Caitlin said that her mom told her we might have to move to a place. Caitlin is really upset about this because she does not want to leave her friends behind. The thing that is bothering Caitlin the most is that her mom said we might have to move. Caitlin is worried about what will happen to her when we move. Owen felt anger in his chest. It was because of what Caitlin's mother, Patricia, said about him. Patricia was a woman who never really talked to Owen. She would say things like, hello, or goodbye. That was it. It seemed like Patricia had a lot to say about Owen when he was not around. Owen did not like that Caitlin's mother, Patricia, said things about him behind his back. Caitlin's mother was someone who Owen did not know well. He only knew that her name was Patricia. She was Caitlin's mother. We are not going anywhere, he said. This house is our home. We are staying here. This is where we live. Our home is here. Promise? He looked at his daughter. Her serious brown eyes were looking at him. They trusted him to keep her world okay. He felt bad because he was not sure if he could do that. He had made promises to his daughter. He was worried that he might not be able to keep those promises to his daughter. He said that anyway, it is a promise. That night was really scary. For Lily, she had a dream. Owen heard Lily crying at 2 a.m. So Owen got up, went to Lily's room. Lily was sitting up in her bed. Tears were streaming down Lily's face.